Hello, everybody. My name is Guybe Slangen. I'm the Director of Community Engagement at San Francisco Friends School, but coming to you from my home in Oakland, California, where, of course, we're all hunkered down, shelter in place. I hope this finds you and yours as well as can be and safe and sound. Blake reached out again to see if I could share some quick tips as we navigate through these new, challenging, and uncertain times. And so I have a couple of things that I'd like to share that might help guide some thinking and acting. Um, while the pandemic continues to impact communities all over the globe, it's been inspiring to witness both individuals and communities coming together to help others in big and small ways. But with so much need that's out there, how do schools be helpful rather than hurtful? And there's so many opportunities that are coming at us. So it can feel a little bit overwhelming and confusing and how to kind of sift and sort through that. So here's a couple of things that might help guide some thinking for you and your work in your schools. The first thing is know your why. These are unprecedented times, but in some respects, the process of giving remains the same as it was before the pandemic. Before you dive into any community work, it's important to lift up why you are doing it. As I mentioned in my last installment, our schools may be closed, but our values aren't. And now more than ever, we need to remind ourselves why we do this work. And that means going back to your school's mission and values as a guide. Indeed, this moment we are in can be a powerful reminder of why our schools exist. It can also be a powerful teachable moment where students can put your school's missions and values into actions and work in ways that serve a larger sense of purpose. For us at San Francisco Friends School, our mission mentions things like Quaker values of reflection and stewardship, engage with the world around us with kindness and conviction, and work towards a more caring and just society. Your schools have similar, I'm sure, and these are all important guides and reminders for why we do what we do. The second thing is to know their what. What this means is the drive to help others can oftentimes blind us from what is really needed. This is especially true in times of crisis like we're in now. Before you jump in, remember to ask those you are helping what they really need. This is the old intent versus impact model, meaning sometimes that what you intend to do may not result in the desired impact. And with community engagement, messing this up can have really bad consequences. During the recent fires that ravaged Northern California here, a nonprofit that serves the Latino community of Napa received a mountain of dog food, despite the fact that their community doesn't have dogs. In the wake of the Sandy Hook Elementary School tragedy in 2012, the community had to rent a warehouse to fit 67,000 stuffed animals donated from across the country, most of which residents had to send away. Oftentimes, organizations have specific needs and capacities, so take guidance from them. How to be helpful rather than hurtful is always a challenge, and it all starts by asking a simple question: what do you need? The last thing I'll share with you is know who you are. Our head of school has often reminded us, quote, identity before purpose. He always says this to us, identity before purpose. So when I first heard this, I was so confused. Did he not read our mission statement? Isn't our purpose clear? Shouldn't our purpose be our driving force, our guide, our North Star? But after some thought, it became clear to me that knowing who you are, and more importantly, who you are not, is essential, particularly when it comes to community engagement work. And for us at San Francisco Friends School, we are first and foremost a school. More specifically, an independent K-8 school built on Quaker values. We are not a high school or a public school or a hospital or a fire department or a bakery or an amusement park or any of these other things. While some of these may seem obvious, others may not be. In the drive to help others, the lines between who you are and who you are not can oftentimes get blurred. And while it is never an easy answer or a simple yes, no, or right, wrong solution, coming back to your identity, who you are and who you are not, can help guide what you do and why you do it. So with regards to the coronavirus, people and communities are being impacted in so many ways, and the needs are immense and growing by the day. When you go out and ask others what they need, they may need things that you as a school simply cannot provide. housing, employment, transportation, healthcare, etc. That's not to say that you just walk away because you can't help them at all. After all, community engagement is fundamentally about relationships, and we want these relationships to be authentic, built on trust, communication, honesty, and openness. And having open, honest, at times difficult, but always caring conversations can hopefully set realistic expectations, clarity, and understanding. So, from know your why, know their what, and know who you are, hopefully these three guideposts can help guide some thinking and acting in a really complicated, confusing, and challenging set of circumstances. So, thank you, and I wish you all the best, and looking forward to connecting again soon.